Good morning and welcome to our Wednesday word of encouragement. Faithfulness is a two-sided coin. On one side is God's faithfulness, on the other side is ours. God is always faithful to us, but sometimes we struggle with being faithful to Him. When life comes crashing in on us, it challenges our faith and challenges us to stay faithful to God. One of my favorite stories in the Bible is of Joseph. As a young man, his brothers become jealous of him and they throw him in a pit and eventually sell him. He goes into slavery and eventually works his way up. And while he's in Potiphar's house, the Potiphar's wife accuses him of things that are untrue and sets him up. Well, he goes into jail and is brought out of jail and is able to prophesy and eventually becomes prime minister of Egypt. You know, if anybody ever had a story to say, life was not fair to me, it was Joseph. But in Genesis chapter 50, verse 20, we find a very faithful statement. Joseph says, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Harm became good because God was in the middle of it. God intervenes, God repurposed, God oversaw, God exercised His sovereignty. Is God in your biography? I'm sorry for the pain that you have suffered in your life. Maybe you've been mistreated by siblings or by parents. Maybe someone inappropriately touched you, abused you, or abandoned you. Someone lied to you, took advantage of you. Someone said, "I do," and then they didn't. I'm sorry for this past year and all the troubles that we've had, and it's just been a very horrible year with a lot of troubles. But Joseph's story tells us we have a choice. We can focus on the harm or on God's help. You dress either in the garments of bitterness and hurt and hate, or in the garments of faith and hope. We can allow pain to either define us or to help us to grow. We do not choose the problems that come into our life, but we choose how we react to them. You have a choice. You have a choice on what you do with your addiction. You have a choice what you do with your hurt. People of faith have a God moment in their story where God came in and worked on their hurt and gave them the power and the strength that they need. So a couple of things I want you to focus on today. God is with us and He is always faithful to His promises. God is near to you. Hebrews chapter 13 verse 5 says, "Never will I leave you, never will I forsake you." So we say with confidence, "The Lord is my helper, I will not be afraid. What can man do for me?" In the Greek, this passage has 5 negatives. I will not, I will not, I will not, I will not, I will not leave you. The presence of God is closer than you think. Wherever you are, God is with you. The second thing is do the right thing. Be faithful to God no matter what's going on in your life. You know, we get confused in Egypt, in the places where things are not going well, and sometimes we can make bad decisions. But Joseph is the model of integrity. He did the right thing. Faithfulness to God is doing the right things when troubles and temptations come. Look to the example of Jesus. With Jesus, bad became good, just as night becomes day. This week we focus on the cross and the resurrection. You see the cross on that hill? Can you hear the soldiers pounding the nails? Jesus' enemies are smirking. Satan's demons are lurking. All that is evil rubs its hands in glee. This time Satan whispers, "This time I win." And for a sad Friday and a silent Saturday, it appeared that he had. But the final breath, the battered body, many people wept. Blood seeped down the timber into the dirt. Followers who had followed him left him, and soldiers sealed the tomb, and night fell on the earth. Yet what Satan had intended for evil, God used for the ultimate good. God rolled the rock away. Jesus walked out on Sunday morning, a smile on his face and a bounce in his steps. And if you look closely, you can see Satan scampering away with his tail between his legs. Satan wonders if he'll ever win, and the answer is no. The stories of Joseph and Jesus and 1,000 others assure us that what Satan intends for evil, God uses for good. I know it's not always easy to be faithful, but I pray this Easter you'll put your faith in a God who is always faithful to you. He will get you through this. Hold on to him. He is holding on to you. The God that resurrected Jesus from the grave will be at your side. We hope you'll join us this Sunday as we do celebrate the resurrection. At 8:30, there's a pancake breakfast that is being served. At 9:40, there will be an Easter egg hunt. And then at 10 o'clock, we have a wonderful worship service planned. There'll be indoor seating with limited seating. And then outside, there'll be a simulcast with additional seating. So there'll be seats for everyone. Please come and join us this Sunday. Again, we're glad that you're joining us for this Wednesday's Word of Encouragement. Have a great week.